Hi, Hiram here. I've always believed in the maxim that something could be made good, fast, or cheap. Pick two. I think the maxim can be modified and applied to the do-it-yourself camp stoves. They can be lightweight, easy to use, or have a fast boil time. Pick any two. In this case, I have a mod here that I want to try to help with that. I've been thinking of the troubles that I had with this axe stove trying to get it to light. The last test that I did on this with the GSI mug cup, it took like 3.5 minutes for the preheat time for this thing to start up. I had to hold the pot over it without it touching the stove because every time I put it on the stove rather, it put out the flames. But I recalled a video that I'd seen a long time ago with a solution that I thought would probably help this. It might not do away with the preheat time, but it would do away with the inconvenience of having to hold the pot. Problem was, I couldn't do this video until I remembered who and what the other video was, and who had done it rather, because I wanted to give them credit for the idea. So after racking my brains, then I finally remembered. Old age is a real bitch. The video was auto preheating side burner for alcohol stove by a man named, and I'm sorry if I screw this up, Yodo. I'll put the name here on the screen. It was a video he did back in April 11th, 2008. Yodo, as I'm going to call him, was not much of a cameraman, but he's a genius with the alcohol stove, in my humble opinion. In the video, he added a wick to what looked like a cat stove. The wick went in through a couple of the holes and down in so that it sat in the alcohol. It would soak up the alcohol and bring it out on these two flares on the side. That way the wicks always had access to the alcohol as long as it was in the stove, and it didn't just run dry and then just hang there on the outside of the stove. Plus, while these wicks were burning, they would heat up not only the stove so that, it would start to bloom, but the excess heat from these wicks burning would also be heating up the pot at the same time. Then once this thing started to vaporize the alcohol and it would be coming out the holes, then these wicks would light them. I thought that was pretty darn cool. So what I want to try here today is Yodo's idea, and see what happens with it here. So I took my axe stove, I put some fiberglass webbing, or caulking I guess this is, into two of the holes and then had the piece go down in. So what I have here is 1 fluid ounce of denatured alcohol. Put that in there like that. Let me set up my second camera here. Do it like that. I have 2 cups of water here in my GSI Halulite Minimalist. I still say that's a mouthful. So what I do is light the 2 wicks. Start the second camera. And see, it's not blooming, but I can just put this pot right on, and no matter how cold the water is, it doesn't put out those 2 wicks. So let's see how long this takes. Here we have 210, 211, 212 at 1040. Okay. So, thanks, Bill. There we have. That time it brought 2 cups of water starting at 59 degrees to a full boil in 10 minutes and 40 seconds. The last time I did this, it was kind of confusing. Time to boil was 12 minutes and 37 seconds minus the 350 startup time, so I had to wait until it was, the 350 was where it sat here, and then I must have messed around with it for like a minute, minute and a half after it was burning to keep it from going out, whereas this time I just set it right down on the stove from the very get-go, and it brought the water to boil in 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Now I think maybe the next mod I could do is forget about the blooming here, just put wick in all 8 holes, so that would give me 4 wicks coming out, and I bet you that would give me even faster time, faster boil time. So I think it would be worth your while. Down in the text area I'm going to put some links to the original video that I saw on this, the auto preheating side burner for alcohol stove. I'll also put yodo's channel homepage and his website that he's doing. Unfortunately, it's all in Japanese, I think, so I can't read any of the stuff, but the pictures speak 1,000 words, like they say. I plan on doing some more with this, maybe cutting down the stove of this, adding more wicks, see what that does. But I thank you for watching my video. I thank Yodo Gawanagare for his videos, and as always I look forward to your input, your questions, remarks, helpful suggestions, and as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.